Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we are diving into a proxy statement, which is like the instruction manual for a company's annual shareholder meeting. It might sound boring, but trust me, there are some juicy details hidden in here about who's running the show and where the company is headed. We will see what the shareholders will vote on and what it all means. Today we are looking at Varagon Capital Corporation's filing. The document gives us a glimpse into what they are planning for their annual meeting. They will be choosing the board of directors, the people in charge of making important decisions. The board needs to be re-elected from time to time, and they need the shareholders to do so. Let's find out more. The main point of the meeting is to elect 2 members of the board of directors. They are responsible for the big decisions in the company. The shareholders are going to vote for who they want on the board, until the annual meeting in 2028. Details of the business to be conducted at the meeting are set forth in the proxy statement. This year, the meeting is virtual, meaning you can attend online. Shareholders can participate in the meeting, vote, and ask questions via the internet. Before the meeting, you can also vote by phone or online, or by signing the proxy card and returning it. If you want to learn more, the company's proxy statement, the proxy card, and the company's annual report are available online. This proxy statement and the annual report also can be found on their website or the SEC's website. The shareholders will vote on electing 2 board members who will serve until 2028. They will also discuss other business that comes up during the meeting. In order to vote, you need to be a shareholder of record. That means you owned the stock as of April 15th of this year. Each share of common stock gets 1 vote. As of that date, there were a bit over 41.5 million shares of the company's stock available. For the election of a director, you need the vote of the majority. If you decide to hold back your vote from a nominee, your shares won't be counted for that candidate. Who owns the company? This part of the document tells us. It shows how many shares each director, officer, and major shareholder owns. This is useful because it lets us know who has the most say in the company. Walter Owens, an interested director, owns about 170,729 shares. California Institute of Technology owns 9,729 4%. VCBD Feeder High LLC owns 9,729,814 shares, or 23.2%. State Teachers Retirement System of Ohio owns 7,359 5114 shares, or 23.2%. State Teachers Retirement System of Ohio owns 7,029 814 shares, or 23.2%. State Teachers Retirement System of Ohio owns 18.6%. Let's get into the directors. The shareholders are voting for these people to be in charge. The board is divided into 3 classes with staggered terms. This time, 2 Class 3 directors will be elected for a 3-year term. Sean Hessing is an independent director, meaning he is not directly employed by the company. Walter Owens is an interested director, meaning he is also the CEO. Mr. Hessing has experience as a strategic advisor and chief compliance officer. He was also the chief financial officer of Oak Hill Capital Partners. Walter Owens is the current CEO and a member of the Advisors Investment Committee. Before Varagon, he held leadership roles at GE Capital, CIT, and TD Bank Group. James Gertie has been a chief credit or risk officer at several financial companies. Most recently, he was the chief credit officer at TD Bank Financial Group. Nell Caddy Cruz is an industry executive with over 35 years of experience in banking and finance. She now focuses on board governance. Kevin Marchetti is a partner and co-head of direct lending of Varagon. He also leads the underwriting and portfolio management team. Charles Reisman is also a partner and co-head of direct lending of Varagon. He leads its investment originations and capital markets team. Robert Bourgeois is the Chief Financial Officer and Treasurer. He is responsible for the financial and operational aspects of the firm. Corporate governance is all about how the company is run. It includes things like director independence, board meetings, and committees. They also make sure that the audit committee and the nominating and corporate governance committee are made up of only independent directors. They also want to make sure that the compliance policies and procedures are being followed. If you want to contact the board of directors, you can send a letter to the company's address. Attention to the Chief Compliance Officer. The board has a few committees, including the Audit Committee and the Nominating and Corporate Governance Committee. The Audit Committee is responsible for overseeing the company's financial matters, the company's registered public accounting firm, reviewing financial statements, and making sure there is an internal control system. The Nominating and Corporate Governance Committee selects and nominates directors. They make sure the candidates have the right skills and experience. The company and the advisor have a code of ethics that sets rules for personal investments and restricts certain transactions by their personnel. The joint code of ethics is available on the SEC's website. The independent directors get paid for their service. They receive an annual fee, plus extra for attending meetings. In 2024, Nelkady Cruz and James Gertie earned $100,000 and $101,000 respectively. Sean Hessing earned $106,000. It is important to know about any deals that might affect the company, like agreements with the investment advisor. The company has an advisory agreement with VCC advisors where the company pays management and incentive fees to the advisor. In 2024, the base management fees were approximately $200,000. They also have an administration agreement, which is how they pay for administrative services. The audit committee picked Deloitte and Touche as the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2025. In 2024, audit fees were around $475,000. This is up from the previous year where audit fees were at $666,000. This is a statement from the audit committee and a very important part of this document. Let's read it. The audit committee recommended to the board that the audited financial statements as of and for the fiscal year ended December 31, 2024 be included in the company's annual report on Form 10-K. Remember, the company is asking you to vote and return the proxy card, BIC, and so after diving into this proxy statement, what's the overall picture? Varagon seems to be in a pretty stable position. The company is working through its corporate governance, including selecting directors, following ethical guidelines, and keeping an eye on the financials. But one key risk is the reliance on outside firms for things like advising and accounting. If those relationships were to change or get too expensive, that could affect the company's bottom line. Still, the company seems to have solid leadership and is following all legal rules. Overall, Varagon seems to be on a reasonable course. As always, it is important to keep an eye on future reports to see how the company is doing long term. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis helpful, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate filings.